Welcome students and families to our weekly Friday assembly. We have a lot to share: the pledge, our patriotic song, belated birthday shout outs for August and the shout outs for the remainder of September, the installation of student council officers, and we have a special guest I would like to introduce, Detective Borrello. We will then move into the second part of our assembly, in which we begin the 4-week celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. You will be treated to a student dance performance and get a chance to watch an up-and-coming Food Network star who will share a great recipe. So let's begin with our newly elected officers. Welcome, Monterey Hills families, to our Friday assembly. I'm so excited to be joined by our newly elected officials for the Student Council. They are our representatives for the fall of the school year 2020-2021. And now I'd like to introduce to you our new president, Student Council President, Mr. Will, to lead us in the flag.
Please stand. Face the flag, put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we have our secretary, Karina Millar, with the jokes.
Thank you, Will. Here's my joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I am.
I am who?
Don't you even know who you are? And now, Sophia, our Student Council Vice President, for our riddle of the week.
Thank you, Karina. Here's the riddle for the week. A cowboy rides into town on Friday. He stays for 2 days and leaves on Friday. How do you explain this? We will see you next week for the answer.
Thank you, Student Council members. And now we'll continue with our assembly. And now I have some students who would like to share with you a patriotic song, This Land is Your Land.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island.
From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters.
This land was made for you and me.
As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway.
I saw below me the Golden Valley.
This land was made for you and me.
Good morning, Roadrunners. I'm here to administer the oath of office to our 3 brand new officers, our secretary, our vice president, and our president. So I will do that one at a time. I'll start out with our secretary, Karina Millar, then our vice president, Sophia Gonzalez, and then our president, Will Elliott. So I will start off with Karina Millar. Karina, the secretary of the student body shall accurately and faithfully record the proceedings of all student council meetings and shall perform any special functions required by the school principal, classroom teachers, student body, or student council. Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me, please. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of Secretary
the office of Secretary
of the Monterey Hills
of the Monterey Hills
School Student Body
School Student Body
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve and enforce
preserve and enforce
the Constitution of Monterey Hills School.
the Constitution of Monterey Hills School.
Congratulations, you are our new secretary. All right, we will now move on to our vice president, Ms. Sophia Gonzalez. Sophia, the vice president of the student body, shall assume the duties and responsibilities of the president in the president's absence and shall perform any special functions required by the school principal, classroom teachers, student body, or student council. Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me, please. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of vice president
the office of Vice President
of the Monterey Hills School
of the Monterey Hills School
Student Body
Student Body
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my abilities,
preserve and enforce
preserve and enforce
the Constitution of Monterey Hills School.
the Constitution of Monterey Hills School.
Congratulations, Sophia. You are our new vice president. And now for our president, Mr. Will Ellion. The president of the student council shall call and preside over all meetings of the student council, preside over student body assemblies, see that the student body officers, room reps, and committees properly discharge their responsibilities and perform any special functions required by the school principal, classroom teachers, student body, or student council. Will, please raise your right hand. Please repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of president
the office of President
of the Monterey Hills School Student Body
of the Monterey Hills School Student Body
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve and enforce
preserve and enforce
the Constitution of Monterey Hills School.
the Constitution of Monterey Hills School.
Thank you, Will. You are now our new president. Congratulations, all three of you. And I look forward to working with all three of you in a great virtual student council this year. Thank you all for watching. The representatives will be installed next week on our Friday assembly. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
We have a special introduction I would like to make this morning. You might have already seen him around our community, but you might not know his name or his connection to Monterey Hills School. So I'm very happy to introduce Officer Borrello. Officer Borrello, I'm wondering if I can ask you some questions so our students can get to know you.
I would love that.
Okay. Can I ask you how old you were when you decided to become a police officer?
It was in high school. My dad was a police officer in San Gabriel,
Uh-huh.
one of our close neighboring cities, and I just took an interest in high school, and I went to his police department, and right after high school, that's where I kind of got the spark. So I went to junior college and did my classes and applied.
Nice. And when did you start working in South Pasadena?
In March of 2017. Yeah. Before that, I worked with the LA County Sheriff's Department for a year in one of the jails in downtown.
Is that how officers typically start out?
Yeah, if you work for the Sheriff's Department, you start off in the jails in downtown. But if you're a police officer here in South Pasadena, you just start here. Yeah.
Why did you want to become an SRO? And what is an SRO?
So SRO stands for School Resource Officer. And I've always really enjoyed being around kids. I have two of my own. My daughter, she's currently in first grade. And right now, as we speak, she's on her own Zoom class, which is, it's weird times right now. But I also have a son who's in preschool. And, you know, I like working with kids. They're the future. and you like to see them grow up and be good and turn into something good. So that's when this position opened up. I really looked forward to trying to get it, and I got it. And I look forward to seeing all of you once things get back to normal.
Well, congratulations on that, and we're happy
Thank
to
you.
have you for sure. Okay, so I'd like to know, how are our school rules, which are be safe, be respectable, be respectful, and be responsible, like the laws of South Pasadena?
Well, I would say that all of those are very important, because just like with the laws anywhere, if those apply, they definitely apply to being outside of school. My role as an SRO with the school is not necessarily me coming to, if someone is bad or someone does something wrong, me coming there. I actually want to come there and create a relationship, say hi to everyone. If you see me on break or at recess or something, just to say hi. And I want to be there for you and teach those exact guidelines and rules, being respectful, and what were the other two?
Be safe and be
Be safe
responsible.
and be responsible. And those are the things that I want to teach, and also, be an example of that as well.
So if the students happen to be walking around our neighborhood and they might see you, what would you advise of that? Why advise them?
I would love you to say, hey Tyler, wave. I would love for you to wave. And every time I drive by the school, I'm constantly waving at people, whether they're waving at me or not. So
do you have any other advice for our students?
Let's see. Well, right now, given the current situation, everyone is on Zoom. Just be careful about what you look at on the computer, and also what you do.
And the kids have been very respectful, so we're happy about that. They are
That's
being
good.
safe and being responsible as they use the computers. So thank you for that.
Very good.
Anything else you'd like to say, Officer Perello?
Like I said before, I really look forward to meeting everyone. That's why I wanted to be an SRO, to be interactive with the students, to come. Like, if you look at your principal's background, I want to be a part of that. That looks really fun. It looks like you're out on the playground or on the back lot. But just to be in those type of moments, and again, create relationships with you guys, and maybe play some sports, do some demonstrations. I can bring our dogs to the school and, show you a demonstration of a dog, maybe biting on my arm. It's
You'll have padding on, right?
Yes, padding, right? Yes. Kids always tend to love that. But maybe show you guys the police car with all the lights on and how loud the sirens are, and just stuff like that. I really look forward to that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we look forward to seeing you again, either virtually. Please come and join us again for another assembly. Maybe you'd like to visit some of the classrooms. Our second grade teachers often do some things around the community. Also third grade, that's part of their curriculum. So maybe it would be okay for the teachers to reach out to you, and maybe kids could interview you. I think they would really appreciate that. And thank you for joining me this morning.
Yeah, I would love to be a part of that. And anytime any teachers want to bring the students by for a field trip of the school, I would love to be a part of that. Or even outside the school, when you guys do those activities, maybe learn how to do the crosswalk or something like that. I would love to be a part of that.
Thank you. Well, we look forward to being able to do that once we are back at school.
Yes. Until then, be safe. And thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
This week, we begin our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. The month is actually 4 weeks and begins in mid-September and runs through mid-October. You see, in 1968, President Johnson declared the week of September 15th Hispanic Heritage Week. This week was selected because a lot of Latino and Hispanic countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Mexico, Chile, and Belize, all celebrate their Independence Days during this time. 20 years later, in 1988, the week-long event was expanded into a month, led by a California representative who shared that making this a month-long celebration will allow our nation to properly observe and coordinate events and activities to celebrate Hispanic culture and achievement. to share our heritage, to let the public know that we share a legacy with the rest of the country, a legacy that includes artists, writers, Olympic champions, and leaders in business, government, cinema, and science. This month, we will learn from our students and teachers more about the Hispanic and Latino culture through song, poetry, dance, music, food, and notable individuals who have left a legacy. If your child would like to participate and share something of the culture or history, please let your child's teacher know. And now, que comience la celebración. Let the celebration begin.
Our wonderful classmate Natalia has recorded a beautiful baile folclórico. El Son de la Negra is a traditional Mexican folk song from the south of Jalisco and is composed by Blas Galindo. It is a mixture of Spanish and indigenous melodies. It has become one of Mexico's most popular songs that it is recognized worldwide. It is so popular that it is often referred as to the second national anthem of Mexico.
I bet that many of you have tried various foods from Latino or Hispanic cultures. Tacos, papusas, tamales, buñuelos, pan con tomate. I'm getting hungry just mentioning them. Today we have one of our students who would like to share with you how to prepare some of her favorite comida. Comida is the word for food in Spanish. We'll get a chance to make one of Detective Barrillo's favorites. First grader Olivia Enriquez will demonstrate how to make chilaquiles. I hope that you will try the recipe and let us know how you liked it.
Hola, my name is Olivia Rose Enriquez, and I'm a first grader from Maestra Reyes' class. Today I'm going to be showing you how to bake chilaquiles. Next I'm going to show you the ingredients. These are red California chilies, chicken flavored powder, tomato sauce, oregano, cumin, and water. And we also be needing cheese and chips. Next I'm going to be showing you is to make the salsa. So we need 6 of the chilies, put them into a bowl and add some water. And you need to boil them for 10 minutes. Now that my chili is cooked, I can finish making the salsa. So 2 tablespoons of chicken flavored powder, a pinch of oregano, and a pinch of cumin. Then you're gonna put a can of tomato sauce. Then you're gonna blend it. Next thing that you're gonna do is pour a little bit of olive oil. And pour the salsa in there.
Ya, justo. Okay.
And that's how it's gonna look.
Menéala con esto, ¿ok? Así, ¿vale? Ok.
Next thing that you're gonna do is pour the chips into the salsa.
Todo. Ok. Ahora, espérate. Agárralo.
Then you're gonna put in the cheese.
Ahora los meneas, ¿ok? Menealos.
Then you're gonna mix them until they're red. Now that my chilaquiles are ready, we're gonna get ready to eat. Hope you enjoyed my cooking lesson. Bye!